What up guys, my name's Echo. I'm gonna make a video on the 370Z Z1 clutch kit and their CSC delete. This is gonna be my first video, so bear with me. I have a 2016 Nissan 370Z that we'll be doing all this work to. But yeah, just stay posted and I'll give you an idea what we're doing. Yeah, I'll let you guys know what the thoughts are on the clutch. But yeah, stay posted. I'll show you what comes in the kit and what you're gonna need to buy that doesn't come in the kit. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. So obviously, get your stickers. Most important part, install manual. It's online. You just scan the QR and then you can just follow everything on there. It has like your torque specs, whatnot, lightweight flywheel, your pressure plate, disc, the cool part, and then clutch fork mechanism, throwout bearing, what the throwout bearing gets pressed onto. Yeah, that's one thing you should know, is that they do not actually send this press together. So if you have access to a press to get that pressed on, that's great. You're gonna have to take it somewhere to get that pressed on if not. But then you got the shields and stuff for your external slave, stainless steel clutch line, and the gasket for that, your hardware, some clips. Then you got a couple of different rings here, and I believe this goes depending on which transmission you have. There's different sizes, and then they kind of go on the inside of this. I think that's on their install manual as well. But what it doesn't come with are your fluids and bolts. And so this is your pressure plate bolts, and these are for your flywheel. I would definitely recommend replacing those. It doesn't come with any clutch fluid, clutch fluid, brake fluid. So you're gonna need to get some brake fluid and some thread locker. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this pressed on here and then pull the car in. All right, we're over here at the press, and if you do this yourself, you definitely want to try to find something that's gonna go down inside your throwout bearing like so. That way it presses it down onto it nice and evenly. I wouldn't recommend pressing it like so, because sometimes you'll bend your throwout bearing and it will cause premature wear. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real quick and then continue from there. So yeah, this is actually what I'm using to press it on. It's just like an old bearing race. I'm sure there's like a proper tool for it, but I've always used this and it's worked just fine. So let's finish this off. Still going on straight, and right there. Go ahead and release this. Take out this, and there you go. Perfect. We're back over at the box. I went ahead and wipe this down. It's looking good. One thing I did forget to mention earlier is grease. You're definitely going to need some grease, because you're going to want to grease up these spots and the little pivot points that actually goes on here. The inside of this, the shaft on the inside of your transmission. But yeah, grease. Make sure you have some before you start diving into this. So yeah, let's get this car pulled in and we'll get to cranking. Okay, fellas, let's get after it. First thing I'm gonna do is probably take out the interior shift knob and everything in there and disconnect the battery, and then we'll put it up in there and pull her apart. Okay, so my camera died. So I went ahead and started tearing into things. All I got so far are the exhaust and the drive shaft. So that's another thing I did forget to mention earlier is you're gonna want some exhaust gaskets. Think I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cats just because I gotta deal with this clutch line and everything, and that's tucked up in there. And I think it'll give me a little bit more room to remove the transmission out of this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set the time lapse back up and get this sucker out. All right, so I found that the catalytic converter over here on the driver's side is, let's see if we can get it lit up for you. Kind of a pain in the ass to get to from underneath the car. So I just ran a shitload of extensions, and hopefully this zaps her off. We'll see. Let's see if we can set up the camera and just let her eat. All right.
Hey, that's scary.
With that strip. Tell. Oh no, it is coming. All right, we win. We won. All right. Hopefully the cat just doesn't drop on the ground, but. All right. So let's get back up underneath the car. All right, we back up underneath. Got this cat out. There goes my socket. There it is. Oh, my exhaust gaskets. Gotta pick those up. Yeah, I think I'm honestly going to leave this cat in because I think there's more than enough room with the transmission there to pull it out, and yeah, I just don't see a reason removing that one, especially because I got to deal with that same bolt on the other side. But yeah, that gives me way more room to deal with this clutch line here, remove this old one and install the Z1 clutch line. But yeah, I'm gonna set the time lapse back up and get after it. Hey guys, so we're back at it. It's actually the next day. I got a few hours into the job and I decided that I was gonna head home. It was starting to get a little dark out, but we did get the transmission out and cleaned it up. There was quite a bit of clutch material, dust and whatnot inside, so sprayed it down. Looking pretty good now. Here's the old clutch disc, flywheel and pressure plate. It was looking pretty cooked. Definitely pretty worn down. So yeah, we're gonna get to throwing all the new parts on now. There's the transmission. I went ahead and set it up on my table over here so I can work on it. We got the internal slave removed, the hard lines, yeah, and then that plate. So I was talking about these a little bit earlier in the video when I was showing all the parts. So if your transmission on the inside on this plate says CD8, then you're actually going to use this thicker ring. If it says CD5, then you're going to use the thinner one. So in my case, we're using the thicker one. But yeah, we're just about at the point where I can start putting things together. Another thing you should note is these 4 bottom holes here have RTV on the bolts. So make sure to put RTV back on, because these do go directly inside of the transmission and there's fluid, and if you don't put RTV on them, it will leak. So RTV, don't forget that. But yeah, just keep on watching and we're gonna get this thing all put together. Okay, so we got the elimination kit installed. Everything's looking pretty good. Yeah, make sure you use grease on all the pivot points, the shaft. Make sure you don't go too crazy though, because if you have a big glob somewhere and that gets on your clutch disc, your disc is done for, and you're gonna need a new clutch. So yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be sweet. I actually have one of these clutch kits, not the elimination kit because I have a CD09 in my 350Z, but this is after like 3.5 years of straight abuse on a disc. Straight clutch kicks, limiter, tandems with the boys, all kinds of shit. This thing has been through it, and ended up losing a chunk there, but super impressed with what I put this thing through. So this is what really made me decide that I wanted to go with another Z1 clutch. But yeah, now we're gonna get that flywheel on the car, the disc, the pressure plate, pilot bushing, and then we'll stab this thing back in. All right, we're back over at the car here. When you go to put this flywheel on, make sure you time it right. That's your timing dowel. There's a slot on the flywheel. Sometimes I've seen people not line them up right and the car will not start when you're done. So make sure that you go ahead and align it right. Sometimes you'll get it on there and you'll actually go torque it down and you'll press that pin inside of the crank. So make sure to do that. I'm gonna set up a time lapse and we'll get after it. So we got the flywheel mocked up. I got my boy Chance.
What's good?
And Quinn. I don't have the fucking right tool to hold the flywheel, so I'm just gonna hope Chance over here has 65 foot-pounds of torque in his hands to hold it.
Dirty dick for years.
But all right, let's get it.
All right.
All right, it's up there, it's all torqued. Chance actually was able to hold it in place to get it torqued to 65 foot-pounds, so just gotta get the pressure plate and disc in. I went ahead and already put this master on and the stainless steel, or not master, slave, and the stainless steel braided clutch line. So yeah, we're getting close to jabbing the trans back in. Hell yeah. Pressure plate, everything torqued to spec. We're in, looking good. New hardware, Loctite. Just about ready to put this transmission in. You boys ready to help me?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, all right. Hell yeah.
Pick this ditch up. Muscle it off.
Dude, I need to fucking buy tires.
Grip tires?
Yeah. Is Paige gonna be putting in order?
Yeah, she didn't go through as
I
many.
know. She probably already had like 6.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
She's a little sketchy.
A little bit, but yeah, these jacks aren't the greatest, that's for sure.
They're gonna be a little bit more expensive this time around, huh?
Because we're not ordering so many?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not as cheap.
I just won't pay the disposal fee. Don't let Rise roll them off the fucking cam.
Oh, we're gonna edit that out.
That's gonna be for the homie edit. Throw that on the private fucking story page.
All right, transmission's back in. Got this slave cylinder up in there. Little back dust, this little dust cover here. They give you 3 Allen keys, bolts, and then, so that's the shield you need to put on first before your bracket here. I'm just got that there right now because it's actually, there's a brace that runs from here to that to that. So I probably should have had the cat in first before mounting this up, but we're figuring it out as we go. And then there's one of the Allens that go up top, up here. And then one right there for the dust cover. And then, yeah, so we're getting close. Once I get that on, then I'm gonna put the cat back on, exhaust, drive shaft, wiring, and then we're good to go for a drive. All right, the car's all back together. So what I learned throughout it is this bolt here is in the kit, and it's actually one of the bolts that's supposed to hold this brace across it. So I actually just took the brace off because I don't really see a point for it, and I just took out the little studs here because I don't want them rattling around. But yeah, all we got to do now is bleed the clutch and put my interior together, and the battery. Hook up the battery and we should be good to go. All right, thanks to these boys. Came and helped me out and we got the car done. All running, buttoned up, clutch is bled. Seems like the engagement is feeling good so far. All right, you can't forget the most important part though. The sticker. That's what you paid for, right?
Fucking A.
Put it up here. That looks about right. Oh. There we go.
Fucking minty.
Sweet, boys. Now it's fully installed.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so first impressions. Personally, I like it way more than stock, because if you've driven one of these, the stock, like grabbing points, like way at the top, this feels way better. I'm not hearing a lot of chatter yet out of this lightweight flywheel, but I guess we'll see once it warms up and whatnot, because it seems chatter seems to get a little worse once the vehicle's warm. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a little drive. From there, I'll probably let you guys know how it feels once everything's broken in. All right, guys, so it is officially 500 miles since I put the clutch in. All broken in, feeling great. Absolutely loving it so far. Night and day compared to the previous clutch. I would absolutely recommend it to whoever is considering it. But yeah, my thoughts on it. The grabbing point's perfect, like it should be. The factory, it's way too high if you ask me, and the clutch is so soft on the factory clutches on these. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know, this feels way more natural. And yeah, the clutch pedal's smooth, the engagement's smooth, no judder when you take off, nothing like that. My couple of gripes I have though is you have a little bit more vibration in the clutch pedal compared to the internal slave cylinders before. It's not bad, but you definitely get a little bit more vibration in the pedal, and the chatter is probably the biggest thing. The chatter, you're definitely gonna get some chatter with this. I'll put a sound clip in here in a minute, show you guys what I'm talking about. But yeah, other than that, it's great. I'm loving it. I daily drive this thing. It's perfect for around town, and it grips and rips when you want to go. So yeah, I'm gonna make a quick trip to Mexico, do a couple pools for you guys, and then we'll get to showing you what the chatter is sounding like. But absolutely dig it. Clutch is awesome. Highly recommend it. All right, take a quick trip to Mexico. We'll do a pool here for you. Make sure my traction control's off. Okay, it's off. All right. So. Yeah, grab's nice. I dig it. Let's turn around here. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you a sound test of the chatter, or give you a listen, put my phone up here. You definitely hear it, it's chattery. That's about as loud as it's going to get. It does, like in the morning, you don't hear it at all. Once you drive around for a while, it does start to get a little worse, but this is after I've been driving it for an hour. Just did a couple pools. It's as hot as it's gonna get. And yeah, so there is some chatter to it, but if you can live with it, I would absolutely recommend doing this clutch. Like, I like the way it feels. It's night and day, without a doubt. It is a little pricey. It's like $650 for the elimination kit, and then another like $600 or $700 for the fucking clutch and flywheel. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. If you want to see more videos, let me know. I definitely do a lot of drifting. I drift down at Affinity Circuit in Medford, Oregon. But yeah, this is gonna wrap it up, boys.